Hello everyone, I'm Havoc and this is Minecraft All the Mods 3. We are back at it yet again today. We are working on expanding our base. And specifically, I have been building molecular assemblers, interfaces, and a whole lot of acceleration cards. And this monster of a blob here will allow me to automatically craft a lot of different recipes. Now, obviously, the first recipes that I want to start putting in here are going to be things that I need the most of. Also, this interface terminal allows me to interact with the interfaces, so I don't have to go in there and try and reach each of them in that blob. They're these unnamed molecular assemblers right here. It tells you what the interface is touching. This isn't the molecular assemblers, this is the interfaces which touch the molecular assemblers. So the first thing that I'm going to want to do is change this back to crafting and create the recipe for making more blank patterns, because we're going to need a lot of them. And now I can just ask the system to make them. I can say, hey, make me a stack, and it makes it so. Not a problem whatsoever. So we want to make things that I'm using a lot of, and that's going to be these advanced cards, the acceleration card. Oh, wait, I have to put this recipe in before it can use it in another crafting recipe. So now if I say, you know how to make that. Now I know I don't have any in here, but you know how to make it. And then use that for the next one. And I'm just throwing it into random interfaces down there because I need a lot of these. Now a molecular assembler has many steps. Okay, so the molecular assembler requires a crafting bench. So we're going to say, I want you to know how to make a crafting table. I want you to know how to make the different cores. There's the annihilation core and the formation core. Both of these the system needs to know how to make in order to make the molecular assemblers. And then let's see, molecular quartz glass. It needs to know how to make quartz glass. This one I'm going to allow substitutions because it doesn't have to use Certus quartz. It can use regular quartz dust for that recipe. And I want it to know that it can do that. So if you click the OR dictionary substitutions, that will allow that to work. Now, I usually don't have that active all the time because it can cause issues with certain interactions. Specifically, Mystical Agriculture has a lot of issues with it, but that's just one example. Now, you'll notice I'm tracking the number of diamonds that I have here. That's because I need diamonds to make a lot of things. The engineering processors and a lot of more advanced things require diamonds, and I'm running kind of low on them. So what I want to do is get a digital miner. You probably noticed I have a quantum entangloporter in my inventory. This, if you don't know what it does, allows you to wirelessly transfer power, fluids, gases, items, any number of different things. In fact, we can just put it down, and then I can show you. Fluids, gases, heat even can be transferred, items, and energy can all be transferred through this little item to any other one that's linked. And I have this one set to private on the frequency 347, which is the frequency I'm using to transfer power. And of course, it goes back into here. Quantum entangloporter. I'm going to use that in order to power our digital miner that we're going to make. So the digital miner, I've already got it bookmarked right over here. It takes a lot of different things. Very easy to come by most of this stuff. I actually already have some of these items in the system from making the quantum entangloporter, but there's a couple of things that I know I don't have. These logistics sorters require pistons. I don't have pistons. How interesting. Let's just make a whole stack of those. I know I don't have the stuff to make the vertical digger because this is going to require an empowered void crystal block, which I have the machines to do that. I just have not done it, and it's going to require a drill. And we are missing a few things to make the drill. Inori crystal blocks and another advanced coil. So there's the other advanced coils. Now the Inori crystal block is pretty easy to come by. 1, 2, and 3, because I already had Inori crystals in here. So that should actually give us the drill. That was pretty simple. But the issue here is the empowered void crystal block. Now, as I said before, I have the empower and display stands already because I have used these in order to make a couple of items. I just need to find them. And I have found that searching up in here sometimes causes this to crash. So I'm simply going to manually look through here for the item that I'm looking for. It's going to be right here, the empower. And this is not a hard, hold on, let's see if I can get it to not crash for me. Conduit. Good. Oh, and I already had some. This little setup can be done anywhere you want. I'm just going to place this because it is only temporary. I'm just going to put it right here. And we'll build an area for this. That's going to block my teleporter. And that's okay. Oh, I didn't make it big enough. Silly me. So you need 2 empty spaces between these, the display stands and the empower itself. So I need to put that there, each one of these, and they're going to get powered. The middle one doesn't require power. You'll see it doesn't actually connect, but the display stands require power for this to function. Now, what did we need? We need charcoal, some kind of black dye, clean stone, and flint, and a void crystal block. Do I have a void crystal block already. Okay, so I need to get charcoal. We can use an ink sac, which I know I have several of. Then we're looking at clean stone right here. And what was the other item? Flint. Okay, and I know I have plenty of flint. So what we're going to do is put the void crystal block in the center, and then each of the items, I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter what order or placement for these, just that you have the 4 different individual items out. And this will give us an empowered void crystal block after it consumes all the power that it needs. That in combination with the drill and these other pieces that I already had will give us the vertical digger. And then we need a robot. We're going to need a personal chest, all of these random items, which is going to be fairly simple to do, and it won't put these in for us because of the NBT data. So if I try and do this again, that personal chest doesn't go where it's supposed to. There we go. Robot, and then we're looking for our drill. Drill goes right there. Vertical digger. Will it place the robot in? It will. What are we missing now? Logistical sorters. And digital miner. Alright, so this is going to help us a lot. I'm going to sleep real fast. And then we're going to head to the mining dimension. Oh, Hans already got some really good power. He's setting up, I think, the industrial foregoing solar panels, and they are working well for him. Okay, so we are going to go to the mining dimension and use our setup to try and get diamonds. Lots and lots of diamonds with our digital miner. Now, the digital miner you have to program, so I'll show you that. It has a radius around it in which it works. We're going to travel away a little bit because I have mined extensively below ground back there. You know what I didn't think of? A crate. Luckily, I can use this little system right here, our wireless crafting terminal, between dimensions because of the infinity booster cards that are dropped by Enderman. Enderman are what drops that. So she's powered up at full power right here. What I want to do is hit config, and then we're going to go down here. I want the radius to be as high as it can go. I'm going to do 32. The minimum to be 0 and the maximum to be 99, right? Because we're sitting at 100. Okay, good. So what I want to do is add a new filter. We're going to do OR dictionary, and we're going to say, I'm going to look over here for diamond, and then look at the OR. And if you hold shift, you'll see it says OR dictionary names dash OR diamond. So if I type, whoops, in here, OR diamond, and click the checkbox, it'll add that to it. Now that's the only thing I want right now, is just diamonds. So I'm going to let this thing crank on and look for only diamonds. It says there's 108 to mine. Now, it's only getting one each time, right? That's not great. So we want to look at how we can make it do better than that. We could use Silk Touch, which will make it use a lot more power. And why is this thing not powering up here? You should be set to energy, auto eject, outputting energy on all sides. Okay, looks like it's holding it right there. I was just noticing it went down. But this will get us the actual ore, and then we can use the ore with, say, what, the sag mill? Yes, the sag mill will get us 2 with a chance of getting extra, and that can be modified by what you put in here. It also gives you a chance to get pulverized coal. So it's better than just mining the diamonds themselves. We're definitely going to get double, potentially even more than double. Now, you can upgrade this thing. We can upgrade this thing right now. If I do upgrades, I have 1 speed upgrade already right here. We're going to make 7 more. They only stack to 8, but you always want to put in as many energy. Oh, we ran out of network power. What a shame. Now I can't access it from here anymore. Let's add in all the energy upgrades and then add in the speed upgrades. So we only had 4 energy. We're going to do the 4 energy, and then we'll do the 4 speed upgrades as well. Right there. And it'll make it run faster. But because we added in the speed upgrades, it's not going to destroy the energy that's in it. Or excuse me, the energy upgrades will keep the speed upgrades from destroying our energy. But you see it moves much quicker now. And we're getting diamonds. And you can add other things to the configuration. You don't have to do just diamonds. We can do different types of ore. Right now, though, my main concern is that I need more diamonds, and this is a really good way to come by them. And then it was only a radius of 32, which means we're going to need to move it around a bit to find more. But before we do that, I'm going to want to go back, get all the upgrades for it that I can get, and get it set up so that it can run at a much faster pace than this without losing all of my energy. But I'm going to let it go ahead and finish gathering these. I think I can leave the area and it will still run. We're going to find out real fast. And turn my jetpack off. It's very hard to go downstairs with my very nice jetpack on, as it just It doesn't want me to decelerate as quickly as I want to. The mine colony's looking nice. Alright, so oops. We have dark steel grinding balls in here, which means we should get a lot of extra ones. I mean, look at that. Getting 5s and 6s. It's nice. Let's leave that running. My diamonds should jump up. And then I want to do the remaining energy upgrades. Oh, clicked on the wrong thing. 4 of those, and then I believe it's called an anchor upgrade. Might be what I needed for that to stay loaded. Whoa. Keeps the machine's chunks loaded. That's expensive. Database upgrades. Yeah, okay, so won't be getting that, but that's alright though. We're gonna increase the speed and reduce the energy consumption of that block and let it mine like crazy. I had not looked at the recipe for the anchor upgrade. It's a little wild. And we can find out right now if it kept running or not. How did it do? I don't think it was running until we got back here. That's okay. I can shift click. No, can't shift click. Then we will have to put the upgrades in this way. But you can hold 8 of each in a mechanism machine. So we added in 8 of 8 energy, and we're going to do 8 of 8 speed. And it's finished now. So we're going to pick it up and move it, and I want to see how much faster it is with these speed upgrades in them. We'll just bring it right over here and plop it down, give it power. Where's the quantum entangler porter? It's interesting. It went into the system and nothing else did. Okay. 107, and look at it go. Just burning right through them. Well, diamonds are no longer a problem. I consider that to be a good success. So we can go back and set up more of our automatic crafting, starting with the main priorities of what we need. That's going to be such as smart cables, the input buses, the export buses, interfaces. Yeah, pretty much anything from the Applied Energistics mod is going to be really important to get auto-crafted. And basic things like chests, making sticks out of planks, making planks out of logs, so that we don't get bogged down. But that's really nice. It's working well. Just pick those items up. They're going to go straight to the system, and that's okay, because that is where we are heading back. Whoop, going the wrong direction. Got turned around. But you can probably tell with this jetpack, mobility is not an issue whatsoever. And way back over here. Whoops. Oh wow. I'm going so fast forward, I didn't get enough verticality before I went in here. There are all those diamonds in there. Look at it. We had, what, 38? Now we got over 300. That's quite a good achievement, in my opinion. So we want to continue expanding what we can make. Like I said, we're just going to take the moment here and add in some simple recipes that are going to be used by other recipes. Did I already add in a crafting table? I did. So with adding in the recipe for these planks, we'll be able to make planks and then make crafting tables and so on and so forth, so that we can keep just a ton of oak wood in here, and the system will be able to use that to make everything further down the crafting tree from that. And we're going to look at the cables. I want to have the recipe for this. I need to do that over here. Recipe for this. And we're going to allow substitutions actually. So what we'll do is we're going to put that back in here. Right? Allow substitutions now. So we need to make it blank and put it back in. And the reason I want substitutions is in case I don't have pure Fluix crystals here, I'm pretty sure this can be made with the regular Fluix crystals. And I'll just do that. But I need to get the recipe for these in here as well. And I do want to do substitutions again so it can use the quartz powder, or so this is nether quartz powder, or it can use the Certus quartz powder, either one. And we're going to just fill these recipes up as we go around through here. So what's another one? Probably the smart cables, or what you use the cables for. So we're going to say this, the covered cable, which is just adding wool. Oh, do I not have any wool? That's going to be something we need to fix. I can temporarily just go shear the sheep that I have right over there, but I'm going to need to set up something, probably a machine like the rancher. The rancher will shear sheep for you, and that will be quite useful. Here's my shears. Not that I don't enjoy coming over here and messing around with the animals. The dark steel shears, just too powerful. Just shears in an AoE area. It's nice. Okay, so I wanted to get this recipe. And then what we use that for, let's put this one in. Now the system will be able to just make the regular cable. Oh, did that go in there? It did, okay. It didn't feel like I had placed that down when I exited out on accident. So, but we're going to look at each of these different items and get it situated. Now, as long as I have the ingredients, I can request these things to be crafted for me. What would be probably an interface would definitely be something important. Right here. And then the import bus, the export bus, the acceleration card I've already got, the capacity card. There's lots of different things we can add here to make our system better. We also want to make, I'll tell you exactly what I want to make right now. That's the storage components. We're going to allow substitutions for these recipes. That way you can use any form of the different items here, like the Certus crystals. And we're just going to tier up each of the different items here. That way I can just request the system to make me a 64K storage drive if I am so inclined to, or processing components, which is definitely another thing that I want to do. So what can we use this for? We can use it for that. Absolutely. That's going to require me to make those. Let's go ahead and throw them in. And we're going to say crafting monitor, which is this one. You're going to need to go through a lot of steps here. So we're going to start with the redstone torch. Then we're going to do the level emitter. And then the storage monitor. Now for this we need to have the illumination panel. So you see the, the little rabbit hole you get going down doing this, but this will help make everything easier. And I'm not intentionally shifting those around. I accidentally click every now and then and pick up one that's already in there. So we were doing crafting. So now we have both of those. Wait a minute. Did I not make that one? I was fairly certain. No, I did not. Okay. So if you have the recipe in here, you don't have to have any in the system in order to use it. And when I clicked on this, it should have done that and put it into the recipe. When it didn't, I knew I missed it. So I was double checking by looking in there. I made the illumination panels. All right, and then I want the co-processing unit. Added in. Now you see, I am filling these up very, very quickly. And when this is full, I'm going to have to build another one of those monstrosities down there. And I want to make sure that I can just request all of the items that I need. So I still have not put in here the recipe for the molecular assembler. And that's all of these things are already in the recipes, except for iron, which is just a base ingredient. So we already have the acceleration cards. What we don't have are capacity cards. These need to put that in, and then their use. Which primarily is going to be, well, crafting cards. It's really good use of them, and then the capacity cards. And I will demonstrate the use of the crafting card when I get to a point where we can. Right now it would be a little convoluted for me to explain and not have visual representation for you. Okay, and now we're looking at the smart cables. I've already set that up. Let's take a look down here. Hello? Oh yes, I'm blocking the elevator. I've got to remove that and just pick all this up. Did not mean to break that concrete there, but that's okay. So molecular assemblers, interfaces, acceleration cards, that's all I need to expand more of these. And then just having enough channels, which isn't hard. I'm using, how many of these channels right here? 23. If I add one more on, that'll be 32 at this point because it uses 9 channels. And that will fully utilize all 32 channels that are coming out of this P2P. And I can set up another one. And I can use these to order, say, let's see, co-processors. Processors? There we go. It has a dash in it, and I didn't include the dash. Let's just say, can I make 16? I sure can. It knows that I have everything available. I hit the button, and away it goes. Did it instant craft those? That's hilarious. It's very fast because I have a lot of acceleration cards in the molecular assemblers. That's nice. But I think that's some good progress for today's episode. If you enjoyed it, feel free to hit the like button. And if you want to see more content like this, consider subscribing to my channel. And I will see you all next time.